Yeah, so it actually helps if you. I had everything going so well. I've got Dave in the window. I had these nice little intro things going on, except there's one little small problem. There's a little button in the upper right hand corner that says go live. So, so here we go. We're gonna start all over again, Dave. How about that? So let me tell you what is going on. My name is Marty Connell from Rolling Dice and Taking Names. Typically, I would have my co-host here playing with me, Tony, but he is on the beach lounging around and just chilling. So I'm excited to have the designer of Undaunted Normandy to join me tonight in order to play the second scenario. We played the first scenario last week. So Dave's going to be with me. Dave, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So we get to do a mulligan. We get to retcon some stuff here. Uh, so basically, this will be a piece of cake. I'm just going to put all my cards back here in the discard pile. And we'll give this a good little flip. We'll put it back on top of the deck. If you want to put your tokens back in the starting position. Let's go over this again. So again, this is Undaunted Normandy. If you have not played this game, this is a World War II themed game. It is a deck builder, and what's really cool about this is a deck building game, but it has a war game theme because you're moving tokens around on the board and everything like that. We played Scenario 1 last week. This is Scenario 2. Dave, you had a warm up telling us about Scenario 2 and what's going on. So that was just to make sure that you really understood what you had written and done. So if you would share that one more time with the people that are now watching, that'd be great.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, like you said, we're playing Scenario 2. So I'm taking the role of the Americans, the 30th Infantry Division. So just days after they've landed after the Normandy invasion, they're trying to make their way. So the division's coming together. Not all parts of it are actually there. So I am part of the platoon that's like lead elements of the part of the 30th Infantry Division that's there. I'm trying to make my way across, essentially coming out of some woods, making my way across some fields into what's essentially just a small hamlet. I win. Unlike last time where both of you were trying to control objectives, the Germans' goal in this scenario is different. They're trying to actually pin my riflemen. And so, let me fix my scout there. So you have to pin both of my rifleman counters, meaning you have to get both rifleman counters off the board.
And how do we get them off the board?
Yep. So you'll have to knock out, when you successfully attack a token on the board, you're going to remove one of their corresponding cards from the deck. Once you've removed all of the cards from the deck and you attack them one more time, then the token comes off the board. Mm-hmm. So you'll have to make successful attacks equal to the number of cards I have in the deck plus one, basically, for each of the two riflemen. Now, the big help you have in this scenario is this is our introduction to the machine gunner. So you guys didn't have the machine gunner last time. This time you have him, which he's much better to attack. He's got a better attack than the scouts and the riflemen. He's rolling 2 dice instead of 1. But the big difference is he also has 4 dice to roll for suppression. And so, like I said, with attacking, you're attacking a token, removing a card. Suppression, you don't actually remove a card, so it's not hitting the guy. You're just pinning him down. So you flip his counter over to show he's suppressed. And once a guy is suppressed, I have to take an action with the guy, so play a card to flip him back over. So you're rolling 4 dice, so your probability is much better than just attacking, probability of success, and you really affect my action economy by doing that.
Perfect. So we are going to go ahead and get started with that then. So now we know the rules or the goals. You trying to take over one of these points down here, and I am trying to pin your rifleman. In this scenario, we have it set up that you have initiative to start out with. So in case of a tie on the initiative check, you would get that. So I'm going to give my cards a shuffle over here. Make sure they're good and shuffled. I'm going to draw 4 to my hand. Now everybody is seeing my side of the board. And so the cards you're going to see are in my hand, except they just fell off the table. Okay, this is going really well. I had a card just fall off the table.
Here it is.
Oh. Wow.
When they fall off the table, they magically reappear in the center.
All right, good. And then, so you'll have initiative numbers in the upper left-hand corner. Each of us is going to play a card face down. Whoever has the highest number will get the initiative for the turn. Ready?
Yep.
Yep, did the same thing.
All right.
So you take initiative. You can just walk us through what you're going to do here.
All right. So I am going to start by playing my Scout B. So we talked about this a little bit last time, so do the same thing. So I have some choices. We have these markers here on the spaces that are already scouted. So if I move my Scout into those spaces, I don't take a Fog of War. But if I move them through any space that's not already scouted, I'll place a Scout marker and I'll place a add a Fog of War card to my deck. I don't really want to do that because they're just dead cards, right? They just gum up the deck.
Right.
So I'm going to bring this Scout across. So he's going to move through a scouted space. So I don't mark it. I don't take a Fog of War for that. But I'll go here and take a Fog of War, add it to my discards.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to take my Rifleman A, who's up here, bring him down. And then my squad leader is going to inspire him. So I'll technically what I would do is take this card, put it back in my hand, and then replay it to bring him here.
Is this the same hand you just drew first game?
It's funny. It's funny. It's the same hand, and I made sure to shuffle the deck. So I don't know what the odds of that are, but that's exactly the same hand.
That's funny. And basically, for those who are watching, again, this is the designer of the game. So if you got any questions for him about this game or the one he's working on, he has a new version coming out, Undaunted North Africa. That's supposed to be out. Is it June, Dave?
July 9th.
July 9th.
Yeah,
I think
originally
it's
going to be.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I think it's already on pre-order.
Yeah, it is. Yep,
Okay.
You can pre-order it. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play mine. So I am going to pull in my platoon sergeant. I can bolster, and bolster is pull any 3 guys from my supply and throw them into the discard pile. So I'm going to pull a gunner for sure. I don't have a lot of areas scouted, so I'll go ahead and get this scout. And let's just do another gunner. Let's get them all in there. And then next thing I'm going to do is I've got a rifleman. And if you notice on the cards, for those who haven't played, there's 3 actions I could do on here: a move, attack, and a control. Control isn't a big deal for me in this one, is it, Dave? I don't really take control of any areas, right?
That's right. Yeah, you will block if you're present in these positions. You'll block me regardless of whether you've got them under control or not. So controlling doesn't do anything for you at all.
Yeah. So, but the problem is there's no place that has been scouted, so I can't move unless it's been scouted. So the only thing I can do really here is I can just take a pot shot at you. I guess I guess I'll come 1, 2. Really doesn't matter. All right, let's go ahead and go for the rifleman over here. So if I've got 2 paths I can go, it doesn't matter. It's 3. You're 3 away from me. So you're 3 tiles away from me. Your rifleman has a defense of 4. So that's 3 plus 4, 7, 8, 9. So I got to roll a 9 or a 10 in order for this to hit, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to pull this over here. We'll roll. Okay. Then I've got a second rifleman, and I will do the same attack. Roll again. There's a long shot. Oh, no way. Go. Wow.
Nice. All right, so Rifleman A. So go through my... If I had a hand, he would come out of my hand first. I don't, so it comes out of my discards.
Somebody said in the chat they didn't recognize you because you got the COVID beard going.
The COVID beard. Yeah, I haven't shaved since probably 2 months.
So you're discarding cards and press R to roll. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't learned all the shortcuts. So when that card's taken, it's out of the game, right?
It's out of the game. That's
Yeah.
right.
So
Yep.
it's up here. So it's basically. Do you view it as a HP? Because I always did like a hit point, but is it really, or is it really just you just lost a member of that unit?
Yeah. So you can kind of view it. It's a little bit different because like technically the mortar team, they're all operating together. The way I describe it to people is it's the efficacy of that group of guys. So there are 5 riflemen in a squad, and you've got 5 rifleman cards. Now, whether you view it as Robert Denton just got shot and killed, or whether you view it as the totality of that squad, you can kind of view it either way.
Right.
I typically think of it as the cohesion of the squad operating together.
Got it. So I'm done with my turn, so I can chunk cards into the pile. And then I will draw another 4 into my hand.
All right.
Now mine's a little bit easier this time because I'm only dealing with one squad. You've got 2 squads to deal with, so you got to make sure the right cards come up to activate that particular squad.
That's right. Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking about right now is how to sort of build towards the guys I want to maximize.
Thank you, Craig, for suggesting to hit the H so you guys can see the cards in my hand all the time. I was wondering where that went. I accidentally hit H earlier. All right, so we're going to flip this over. Oh, you really wanted initiative.
Well, what I wanted to do is, and this is important, right? I want to try to trim my deck down.
Yes.
So I want to get this fog of war out. So I'm going to use a scout.
So that's done with the recon action on the card. That takes it out of the game. Takes a fog of war out of the game.
Yep. So I'm going to take the fog of war out. I get to immediately draw and replace it, and then this is what happens. Draw another fog of war, but that's okay. It's out of the deck now, so or out of the cycle. With my squad leader B, I'm going to take 2 rifleman Bs. Actually, I'll take a scout B and a rifleman B.
And you are done. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a scout. He's also got the recon action, so I will take a fog of war and I will chunk it up here. Then I have a squad leader that I will actually use the inspire to pick him up, put him back, and then let's do some scouting because I got to get out of here. You know what? We're going to scout here and here to these control points. So I'm going to take a little token, put it on that card. Take a token, put it on that tile. Then take 2 fog of wars because I scouted 2 areas that have not been scouted. Goes on my discard pile, and I am done. So now I will draw that last card. Then I will flip my deck over and do a shuffle. And draw 3 more cards.
All right. Scout A. All right, I'm going to use my platoon sergeant to command 2. So I get to draw 2 cards from the deck, add them to my hand. Ooh. Okay, we'll have Rifleman B, Rifleman B.
Ah, okay.
And then Squad Leader B will take a Rifleman B and a Scout B. And then Rifleman A will come up.
Wow.
Oh, he can't. He's already there. All right, so Rifleman A. I So a couple of options here, right? I mean, obviously I could take a shot on you.
Yep.
I'm kind of been building towards Squad B, and so I think I'm going to take Rifleman A and hunker him down. I'm going to take him out of my deck and put him back in my supply.
So hunker down is an option you can do besides the actions on your cards where, let's say like you're wanting to thin out your A squad from your deck, and so you can put it back into the supply until you want it again.
Right.
So for me, I like what you did with the command 2. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. There's a Fog of War that I'm just going to not worry about. You know what? Let's just start shooting. So I'm going to take a Rifleman A. He's going to move, let's see, 1, 2, 3 spots going after, which one did I take out earlier? Is that supposed to be visible, the discard pile that I've killed?
It's actually, yeah, technically it's not.
Okay.
Technically you're not supposed to see that.
Because you've added B, guys, I'm actually going to take a shot at B. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces away, plus 2 is 5 is 9. So I got to do a 9 here. I'll use the R, which, oh my gosh.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
I'm getting lucky with the dice rolls.
You're shooting the Rifleman, not the Scout, right?
Yes. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. Because again, my goal is to pin the Rifleman.
That's right. Yep.
All right. So you know what? We got the machine gun over here. We're going to... It doesn't matter whether I move or not because I'll still be 2 away from you. So I'm just going to stay right where I am, and we'll take a shot with him. So I could have the option of suppress, which would make you have to flip over. But I've been rolling so well, man. So I'm going to take an attack. So I'm rolling 2 dice. Roll those suckers up. Okay, both.
There we go.
Both. There you go. I got another one. I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Oh man!
Another hit on the same one. A Rifleman B.
What am I going to do? He's getting tore up. Okay,
that's my turn.
I might regret hunkering down on A now.
All right.
All right. I am going to make a run for it. Oh, man. I guess I'm coming here. I don't really want to fight you for this, but I don't have much choice. So I got to take 2 Fog of Wars.
Yep.
And add them to the one I already had in my hand. And Squad Leader A. Man. What is he going to do? I think I'm going to take 2 Scouts to help me. Wow, that's just too much. I'll take a Scout and a Rifleman.
Okay.
I'll take that Rifleman I just hunkered down because B is getting decimated.
As I'm playing out my turn, what was the inspiration for this? I mean, obviously, aside from the theme, what was the inspiration for coming up with using the deck building mechanic to play a war game like this?
Yeah, you know the game A Few Acres of Snow.
Yes.
Right. So I started playing games right around the time that was coming out, or that came out, and so this is going to sound bizarre. A Few Acres of Snow was the first deck builder I ever played. The first game that had deck building I ever played. Mm-hmm. So I loved the way that it used it as a mechanism. I love the combination of, using deck building with a spatial, board sort of design element. And so that was about the time I was moving to England. And so I was doing some research on the 30th ID because that's my, my grandfather's unit. And so it just kind of all clicked. Like I was like, hey, I like this idea of having a deck building game that's tied to small unit movement. And I like the idea of combining with a board. So it just kind of all fell together.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm taking a shot at Rifleman B again with the machine
All
gunner.
right. All right.
Okay, you can continue. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
No, that, yeah. All right. But yeah, that was it. I mean, that was sort of the mechanistically, I would say the biggest inspiration was Few Acres of Snow. And then thematically, it was wanting to come up with something that followed that unit.
Mm-hmm.
The 30th.
I'm going to inspire the machine gunner attack again.
All right.
Okay. And pot shot with the rifleman. Okay. I needed 9s or 10s or all those. I knew that. So I probably should move these guys. My luck ran out there. Now, you also did War Chest. Which was
Yeah.
first, this or War Chest?
So this came first. This is it. It had a. I think I first pitched the Osprey in 2014. So it was designed. It was actually signed by a different publisher who then didn't publish it for a couple of years. So it was on contract and didn't come out. And so during that time, the co-designer Trevor Benjamin and I were like, "Hey, what if we took Undaunted and distilled it down to its absolute chorused form and made sort of an abstract game out of it?" And that's what turned into War Chest. So yeah, the design was done for this before War Chest.
Gotcha.
And
And
then War Chest came
but
first.
War Chest is by AEG, and this was by
Mm-hmm.
Osprey. Did you pitch both to the same company, and AEG said, "Well, we just want one, but not the other," or how did that go exactly?
Uh, I Osprey had seen both, so I think they were both looking at War Chest about the same time. Osprey had seen Undaunted, and I had never pitched. I don't think Undaunted would work for AEG, right? Like it's not
Right.
really their thing. So I never really pitched to them, and Osprey was interested. I'm gonna get rid of this fog of war.
Yep.
The guy that was at Osprey at the time, Duncan Malloy, is like one of the best guys I know in the business, and he said he loves War Chest. He's a big fan of it, but he said that he didn't think that Osprey would be able to do the production the right way for War Chest.
Mm.
And so it was super cool of him to say that and be upfront about it and stuff. So it just kind of worked out the way it did.
Yeah, the production is just top notch on War Chest. The poker chips
Right.
and everything, and even the insert in the box is so well done because you got those plastic trays that hold all
Yeah.
the poker chips and everything. It's an amazing box set in itself, aside from the game, which is really good.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So I moved in with my scout. I don't know if you noticed that. I moved in and took a fog, and then my rifleman advanced.
Okay. So I'm going to take a scout to get rid of a fog from me. And then I'm going to play a scout to add a fog back to you.
Oh, conceal.
Yes, so there's another action that we haven't done yet. On scout, there's conceal, which basically forces your opponent to take a fog of war and put it into their deck.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think I got to do this.
All right. Well, I am going to run into the
Oh no.
Inferno here.
Oh no.
So I'm on the space,
Oh no.
but I am super vulnerable.
Oh, I thought she was going to have another rifleman.
Nope.
So if he had another rifleman to take, I'm not playing this very well. If he had another rifleman to take control, that's game.
Yeah. Now the issue, you're able to stop me pretty easily here, right? You can move either one of those two guys in to stop me from taking control.
Right. And I will actually do that. So I'm going to take a gunner, move him in here. I'm going to bolster him. Not bolster. Yeah, command. Command. Oh, I get to command 2 with him. Oh, hold him off to the side. I'm going to cut. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So now I'm going to attack with 2 on the
Yep.
rifleman. So now we're looking at, I just need a 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
5 or better. Okay,
The odds have suddenly changed in your
there's
favor.
1. Now I will command both these guys. No, I'm sorry. I will bolster. That's a totally different thing. I'm going to command 2 cards. I'm getting my. That was 3 cards, Marty. Let's see how did these come out? 1, 2, 3. This one should have been down. Nope, I got the 2. All right, Fog of War. Don't give a crap about that. All right, Rifleman A. We'll also take a pot shot over here, so we're 1 distance away, and plus 4 plus 1 is 6. So roll. Ah, okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Now, how in the world am I going to clear one of these 2 spaces and stay alive? That's the question. That's one of those rare turns. I would have probably preferred you to have had initiative, then come in behind, into the empty space.
Right. Again, if you got any questions as you're watching, it's pretty cool to have the design of this game sitting right here. Ask along. If you like what you're seeing, give us a like. I'd very much appreciate it.
All right. Okay, let's. Man. I'm going to command 2.
Yeah, smart.
All right. Now, Scout B.
Thank you all for the likes.
Scout B is actually going to take a shot on Scout A.
Sure.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? A 1? That's a 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, high toss.
I know.
Ooh, almost fell on the 0.
All right. And we're going to bring Scout A up.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get closer. Then we're going to have Rifleman A advance.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take 2 Rifleman A's.
Yeah.
My squad leader.
Yeah. All right. I've got the gunner sitting right there. I got to go after the rifleman again in this spot down here. So again, we're looking at, I need to roll a 5 or higher. Okay.
Okay, there it is.
50%. That's basically what it should be.
All right.
I'm going to inspire and do it again.
We've got a lean deck and a lot of synergy going on.
Yep. And there's a 9.
All right. Now, the question is, do I have any more? 'Cause I
Right.
think I'm out.
I see one in the supply, but
Yep. I should have gotten him, and I didn't. So, now, technically, so he's off the board.
no.
Technically, if I bolster this card back into my deck and play it, he'll come back here, which would deny you from he'll come back here.
Correct.
So there is a chance I could get him back on the board.
Yep. And then for my last, gosh, I do not want to leave that position there. Since those are 0s, I'm going to shoot at your rifleman over there. So that'd be a 6 or higher. 4, 5, 6, 2 away. So I'll roll that up. Got it. That's Rifleman A.
Yep. All right.
So, anybody that's watching, have you played Undaunted Normandy? Do you have a copy of it? If so, what do you think? Is it something you might be interested in getting? It's actually kind of hard to get right now, Dave. Right? It's sold out.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
number one, you just won a Golden Geek Award, so congratulations for winning
oh,
Best War Game from the Golden Geek, which I know drove up demand for the game. So if people can't find it and they want it, when will it be coming back?
yeah, it's the reprint's almost here. It's hitting in June, so it
Okay,
should be available everywhere in June.
perfect.
Right. All right.
I'm sorry, I was watching the playback there. Watch, I got to keep my hand away from the camera. I keep putting my fist up to the camera. I'm sorry for those. It's like, is he punching me or what? He's making me flinch.
All right. I'm going to play a scout to remove a fog of war.
Sure.
Recon that out. All right. Here we go. Platoon sergeant to command 2.
There you go.
All right. Now let's do scout B. Taking a shot on scout A.
Okay.
So what do we say that was? A 7?
Yep.
Okay, a miss. Now we'll bring Rifleman A in,
Uh-oh. Yep.
and he will take a shot.
Sure. Yep. And you got
There we
that
go.
one. So that comes out of my hand first, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. So I actually had one in my hand. So I'm going to do that. So with my turn, I've got a scout and a fog of war, so I'm also going to get rid of that fog of war. And I'm done.
Oh, you get to draw a card for that fog of war and play it.
Hold on. Let me just... I don't know what order they came in, so I'm just going to flip those and shuffle and draw a card. Thank you. I always forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is pretty good. I'm going to...
oh, there you go.
I'm going to command and draw 2. Is it 2? Yep, 2.
Yep.
Okay. Now we got something here. See what you got. You still got some riflemen in supply. So I'm going to machine gun, but I'm going to suppress this time.
Okay.
So I just need to have one success, right?
That's right. Yep.
Okay, so I'm 1 away, 4, 5. So I need a 6 or higher. So I'm just going to, oh, thank you. So I'm going to roll all those. And there's a 9. So.
Yep.
So
all right.
basically he's suppressed now, so he has to spend one of his Rifleman A cards to flip that back over.
That's right.
So then in my hand, I also have a Rifleman. So I'm just going to take a pot shot at this Rifleman over here. So 1, 2 away. So I need a 6 or higher. I'm just going to roll that guy right there.
The space has a 1, 2.
Oh,
so
I need a 7 or higher. I got the 9.
Got it. All right.
Hey, Ryan, who's in the chat, have you played all the scenarios yet? Since you have the game. There we go.
You ready for this?
Oh boy, here we go. Uh-oh.
Check this out. Boom.
Oh no. Hey, but they're gone now, right?
That is true.
Oh boy. Well, machine gun. I guess I'm going to try to do some damage to him. I'm just going to drag those dice back over to your side. So I'm going to gun over to this rifleman. Again, 1 away. 5, 6, so I need a 6 or higher. So I'm going to roll those 2 dice. There's a 9 and a 5. Doing it again.
Oh, man.
Need a 6 or higher. Oh, we got 2 of them.
It's brutal. All right, none in there. I think that's it. Make sure. Yep, that's it, sir. You got him.
Wow. Okay. Lucky die rolls. It was not strategic or anything. I was getting really. He drew a hand of 4 fog of war. Come on, that was horrible.
Now, how many scouts? Okay, you see, you had 1 more scout. So I had to hit this guy twice more anyway. So it's still a little ways away from me having a chance there.
That seems tough for the Americans in that one.
Yeah, it's funny. Usually I would split these guys, right? I would split the sides up and I would go one side on each and kind of force you to pick one. But I wanted to see, hey, what happens if I just go all in on one squad?
And actually, I was thinking that's why I left this rifleman at my home base in case you did make a beeline over to this other side.
Yeah.
So Ryan said, I love Tyrants in the Underdark. Have you ever played Tyrants in the Underdark? Dave?
I have not. So I've played Arctic Scavengers. I love Arctic Scavengers. I have not played Tyrants. It's one of those games that I've looked at like 50 times. It's constantly in my BGG ads because I've had it in my Amazon shopping cart or Cool Stuff or Miniature Market. I've had it on all of those, and I've never picked it up. I've never played it.
It is. So I love deck building games, and the reason why I love yours is because it takes the mechanic. If the deck building mechanic isn't the game, there's more to it than that. That's what Tyrants is. So it's a deck building mechanic, but it's an area control game at its core. So you use the deck building in order to move your guys around on the map to try to take control of the map. It is a really, really well done game.
Yeah, I definitely. And I love the D&D thing. I don't know how thematic does the theme come through, or is it kind of?
It does. And they use a lot of names in D&D and everything like that. But beyond that, it's probably been a couple of years since I played it, so I don't remember it being overly thematic, except for the units that you're controlling and the places that you're playing.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in it.
And so it looks like we've had some people that's going to be ordering it. Max says he's ordered it. It's just waiting on it to get here. Well, I'll tell you, more than likely, North Africa is going to be very popular too. If you want to go pre-order on a miniature market, you can do that right now. Dave, thank you so much for coming in and playing. That was a blast. Again, Dave is the designer of this game. If it wasn't for my lucky dice rolls, which never happens, this would have been a beat down. Because strategically, I left a couple places myself vulnerable, and if he could have taken advantage of it, then that would have really cost me. So let's see what can we wrap up with. So Dave, you're wrapping up. So North Africa is probably off to the presses and stuff like that. Is there something else you can share that you're working on that you can talk about?
So I can. Okay, so a couple of things that are coming out, right? So North Africa will be here in July. The next expansion for War Chest will be September.
Nice.
I'm super excited about that. It's called Siege. So they haven't really released a lot.
Is it going to have siege machines?
Yeah. Yep. It's going to have fortifications and siege weapons.
Nice.
So we're super excited. Yeah. And it's funny the way that, I know you know this, but the way the whole design development cycle works is I haven't played either of those games. Like, we actually delivered the design for North Africa before Normandy came out.
Oh, wow.
So, it's been a while for both of these games. So it'll be fun to see them actually come out. And I get to play War Chest with my kids. My 6-year-old son, and I play usually twice a day. So it'll be a treat for him to see War Chest. They see me working on the computer all the time. They're like, when is War Chest coming out? So that'll be fun.
Yeah, if y'all guys have never played War Chest, it is a bag building.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you call it? So bag building, it's kind of the same thing here where you draw chips out of a bag and basically, I guess it is somewhat different because what you're drawing out of the bag is what you're using in order to potentially put on the board and activate your units, just like you do with this one. So you see a lot of similar mechanics, but that one's probably more, I guess abstract's a good word for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely in the abstract category for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I love them both, right? They're similar. They share DNA is what I say, right? So, yep. And
So
then I think all of it. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say. So I'm sorry to cut you off. So you got that
Yep.
North Africa coming. You got the expansion
Yep.
coming for War Chest.
Yeah. And then Sniper Elite, which was it originally had been scheduled to be on Kickstarter, I guess a couple of months ago. Like many things, has been delayed, so that'll be probably on Kickstarter this summer at some point. So that's the a board game based on the video game Sniper Elite, and it's a hidden movement game. So one player takes the role of the sniper, and everybody else is the defenders. So I'm excited about that, and then just a lot of like my solo war game stuff in the war game world, and then a kind of a secret project I'm working on with the co-designer of Undaunted War Chest, my buddy Trevor. We're doing with the Sadler brothers, Adam and Brady. So haven't
Oh,
announced that yet, but that's
I love.
yep, that's what
Okay,
I've been working on lately.
I love those guys' designs. So I'm excited y'all working together. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's been awesome working with them. It's super 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 exciting, and that's what I was doing before we got on. Was working on that design. So
Nice. And also,
yeah,
you just had Europe Divided come out. I've
yep,
got it, but Tony and I haven't had a chance to play it because of everything that's going on. But he's
yeah,
anxious to play that one.
yep. So he hasn't played it at all. Is that right?
He's not.
He's not played it. You played it and you talked to him about it.
I
That's right.
did. So I had a friend
Yeah,
over one day, and we said, let's sit down and learn this game and play it. It's one of those things that it took me a little while, it took us a while to wrap our head around. But after
right.
halfway through, it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get what we're doing here. And Tony's been playing some Twilight Struggle on the app.
Oh yeah,
And I said,
yeah,
look, if you like the feel of that, you're going to love this, except you can play it in a quicker amount of time.
yeah. Right. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the problem with that game is it came out right as distributors were not shipping games. So there's not any copies in distribution yet in
Oh,
America.
geez.
So it's kind of sitting in a weird limbo spot right now. So hopefully once it hits distribution, people get a chance to try it out. But yeah, that's another game that I love, the post Cold War period. Like I told you I work for the Department of Defense, so I'm what we call a Cold War warrior, right? That's what I grew up in. So that's something that is really interesting to me. So hopefully people dig it.
Yep. Mac asks, is North Africa standalone? And it is. You do not need Normandy to play it.
That's right. Yep.
Is there already plans beyond Undaunted North Africa?
I can. I guess I can. I will say there are. I'm not so sure if I'm supposed to say that or not. But
Sure.
yes, there are definitely plans after North Africa, and we actually just delivered that to Osprey, the design for that, probably within the last month.
Wow.
So now it's there to turn into a product.
You are busy, sir.
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's been the last few years have been awesome. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm in that weird state where I told my wife, I was like, if I was a single guy, I would try to do this full time. But wife and family, it's not, or wife and kids, it's not possible.
Darn responsibilities.
I know, right? Things like healthcare and stuff.
Oh, Ben says, "Come on, Western Front." That's a cool one, Ben. But I'm interested also in the Pacific side too. So
Yeah, yep. I will say that people always ask me what's after North Africa. The only thing I will say is that the most commonly requested are Eastern Front and Pacific.
okay,
Yeah, I do what Ben meant. Yeah, Eastern. Yep.
Eastern Front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Eastern Front and Pacific are by far the most commonly requested.
yeah.
So we'll
Awesome.
see.
Well,
Yep.
Dave, thank you so much for coming on. It was a blast. Maybe we
Yeah.
can get Tony back in. Maybe what I could do, maybe we can do next time is if you're willing to, maybe you sit down and play with Tony, and I'll sit back and
Sure.
I'll play the spectator role and interact with people and talk with y'all and everything as we play.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
And thanks for everybody who has been watching. I appreciate that. If you have any tips or suggestions on some changes you like to see or anything like that, please let me know. Again, smash that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Everybody, try to stay safe. And Dave, thank you again, and we'll be talking to you real soon.
Yep. Take care.
See ya. Okay, I just ended the stream.